Energy. Hi, all you divas and dolls. Welcome to a fabulous and free episode of the pod. It is Thursday, and you know what that means? It means that Carmen is on the operating table under anesthesia at the moment. So send all of your thoughts and prayers to me as I am on the operating table getting my third nose, my second rhinoplasty, but my third nose in my lifetime. We're praying for no revisions. We're praying for perfect. We're praying for feminine, cunty nose. Okay? That's the goal. I have Jane with me. Hi,
Hello,
Jane.
hello. Is there anything that you want to tell your future self going into the operating room tomorrow?
Dear Carmen, if you're listening,
Which she won't be.
Don't be afraid to tell your surgeon that you want that second lip lift and you want it for free. Just throw it out there.
It's
You
just
never know.
one more incision. It is just one more
incision.
a little cut right there, and we're done.
How much could it cost? How much time could it be?
Honestly.
So I am gonna tell him before he rolls me back into the operating room. I'm gonna say if a resident needs to do a lip lift for free, I'll take another lip lift. So I am psychotic.
Slip him a $10 bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Have Alan slip him a $10 bill.
Exactly. No, to my future self, bitch, you need to calm the fuck down and you need to chill out on some plastic surgery. That being said, I already have my next surgery. I'm sorry, my next two surgeries planned. So I went. Okay, let's talk about my pre-op appointment because I was actually, really so happy with that. So I went Monday to my pre-op appointment to talk about my nose and what we're going to do with my nose. He was also going to do liposuction under my jaw, and he was going to do a scar revision on my forehead. Insurance didn't want to cover the liposuction or the scar revision, despite the fact that all of my friends with the same insurance seem to be able to get their liposuction covered. Whatever. Fuck me. Who cares? You know?
They were like, this bitch has already had too much. We cannot. They're probably looking at their balance sheet and saying we have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars on Carmen Laurent Lorenz. We cannot keep approving her surgeries.
Well, y'all better sleep with one eye open and better, okay? But I will find a way. So he said to me that, so we're going to do your nose and we're going to also, I'm going to throw in the scar revision for free because it doesn't cost me anything and it takes me not that long and there's no supplies being used. It's literally just I'm cutting an incision and I'm stitching it back up. So he's doing my scar revision for free, which I think is so sweet and lovely of him. Because that alone was going to cost me $1,500 and I didn't have $1,500.
Yeah.
Total, everything for the liposuction and the scar revision was going to cost me $4,500. And so the liposuction was about $3,500. The scar revision about, roughly $1,500 somewhere.
Am I crazy to say for surgery costs? That's not crazy.
No, it's not at all. It's not. And that's because it was included into the insurance was already covering the anesthesia and the operating room costs. So all I had to pay for was the actual procedures itself. Now, do I have $3,000 some odd dollars to pay? Maybe if I hadn't spent my money on a bunch of stupid shit earlier in the year, yes. But
a bitch needs her la boo boo.
A bitch needs her la boo boo, and all of this stuff I bought leading up to Paris. I really went insane leading up to the trip to Paris, and I started just buying shit. Anyway, we've already talked about that. We've already cried about me figuring out how credit card debt works. Okay.
That was the greatest thing. Oh my God. I still think about that.
Well, good. I'm glad. So anyway, I couldn't afford to get the liposuction. And so he is going to have me come back and have the clinic residents the resident clinic do it for me at a very low cost. And at that time, I might be able to pay for it myself out of pocket. So I'm going to have it done by residents in the future. I figure it's literally just liposuction. How much could they fuck it up, you know? And he's also going to be in the operating room instructing the residents. So it's like, you know, you take what you can get, right?
And you don't get upset.
Would you do it? Would you let a resident do liposuction on you? Your jaw?
I don't have anything to lipo. So I fear it would be detrimental to me to try.
Okay, but if you did, if you were me and you had a big old gullet under your jaw, what would you do?
DIY at home, baby. We're saving on cost here. We are investing in our future. We're buying a good pair of scalpels, doing it at home.
Well, yes. Okay, cool.
Following the tradition.
Ooh. Well, yes. But yeah, he's not doing the liposuction, but he is doing the scar revision, and he is going to also pull my forehead back a little bit because there's a little screw right here still, and he said he's gonna file that screw down. Then, get this, I brought up the fact that I still feel like I have a bump on my forehead. Like, you know how I've been psychotic about that? And I could tell he was like about to roll his eyes when I brought that up. He was like...
He's about to say what we've been saying this entire time, which is, you dumb fucking bitch.
He told me that it was muscle and soft tissue that was causing the bump, not bone. Because he said...
Botox.
Yeah, so Botox will fix it. And so I'm going to get Botox when I go for my post-op appointment.
Which is cheaper. So... Well, without, I mean, insurance. Slightly. Yeah.
So yeah, what was I saying about the Botox? Oh, so yeah, he convinced me that it was soft tissue and that Botox will help to atrophy those muscles. And yeah, he told me that when he did my type 3, that everything was flush and that there was no bump. And so he said that is your muscle and that is your skin. So I trust him, and I'm going to stop being psychotic, but we are going to put some Botox there. Yes, God. He said I have like just a really thick muscle here. But yeah, so I'm having surgery 6 a.m., 4 hours.
That's a good amount of time under. Damn.
Yeah, you know, I love it. And so, yeah, I'll be taking the weekend off and just, you know, I'll be casted up with my nose, not being able to breathe out my nose for the next week. So, woo.
That is awful. I don't think I could do a rhino for that reason.
Yeah, it was pretty, I have to say, like, it was pretty intense, like, coming out of surgery and, like, feeling the pain and everything. But then also, like, not being able to breathe out of your nose and just, like, feeling, like, stuffy and in pain. And you have that thing up your nose for, like, a week until you go back for your post-op appointment.
Oh, I bet it's so satisfying to get them taken out.
Girl, when he pulled that shit out, I was like,
honestly, maybe it's worth it for that.
And then he like showed it to me and like said this was what was in there. And bitch, that thing was fucking huge. I had no idea that it was like this. It had like a whole straw up my nose, basically.
He gave you a lobotomy. He was pulling your brain out like he was mummifying you.
I wish somebody would, you know.
Well, there has to be something to pull out, babes.
Fuck off. What is new with you, bitch? Okay, what are you doing in Colorado? Tell me.
Honestly, not a ton. Life has been, you know, honestly, much more smooth sailing recently, which has been very nice.
You've been living the quiet life.
I've been living the quiet, stealth life. It's a good place to be. Yes, so you guys haven't seen me as much and why I'm private on all my social media now. I'm giving up on being a public figure where don't talk to me. I just met someone who said, oh, I follow you on Instagram. And I was like, no, you don't.
Who said that?
Oh, just a friend of a friend.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And so I did not know that you made your profile private.
All of them, yeah.
Is that what the girls are doing these days? Are we all doing that?
I don't know. I am an entity of one with
Yeah.
a
You don't represent
mind of my own.
Yeah, you don't represent
Yeah.
the community.
I'm
No, I know.
actually detransitioning into a cis woman at this point.
Well, yes. That is actually what we did for the 100th episode. I forgot, to tell you, but yeah, this podcast is no longer for trans women. It is for cis women.
Yeah.
And so
Cis straight women.
Cis straight women, because we are
That's
still hashtag lesbophobic. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Oh my God. I don't hate lesbians.
That's okay. I do.
Okay, good.
I'm kidding. Lesbians are actually, so there's the distinction though in lesbians that I've been thinking about recently. And it's the same for trans people. It's like when lesbian is both your identity and your personality, we're not going to get along. But if you're like, okay, you're a sports lesbian, you're like an outdoors lesbian, you have something else going on, you're like the best people ever. I love active lesbians. Be in my life, be my friends. I love you.
Yeah, you're not about the wine at home, don't go out, drink the red wine at home lesbians.
Yeah, because it's like with anyone. Do something with your life. Do something. Be interesting.
Do something. Yeah. So then what is my personality then? What do you see in me, Jane?
You are what is that quote? Eat hot chip and lie.
Eat a hot chip and lie. Yes, bitch. Okay, well, I'll buy that. I thank you. I'll take that. So wait, you said you're in a relationship? Wait,
did I say I didn't say a single thing about that?
Okay, I'm sorry. No,
I am dating someone, but we're not.
Because he's too afraid to commit.
No, not necessarily. It's only been a month and a half since we went on our first date. So like,
he's just, yeah. I'm sorry. Should we not talk? Do you think there's a risk of him listening to this podcast?
I have not told him about it. So, and I'm going to keep it that way for now. But no, we're not. It's both of us like not wanting to rush in. The more I've thought about it too, it's like, oh wait, it's only been a month and a half. Do I really want to like push this that hard? But no, things are good. Things are good.
Yeah, especially when, Jane, we won't get into it. I won't make you broadcast your personal life on the podcast. But
yeah, because I am now a cis woman who does not share her life on the internet, except for my close friends, which I will bitch on continuously. Thank you.
Well, I'm grateful to still be a part of that. And yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're right to do that because, you need to respect yourself. She don't love herself, but Jane, she loves herself
too much. Actually, I've actually determined that there is a limit to Mr. RuPaul Charles's phrase, and that's when narcissism comes in. And I am unfortunately swimming in the waters of self-interest.
Okay, period.
Drowning, if you may.
Drowning, if you will. God forbid a girl have some hobbies.
And the hobby is me.
Well, yes. And receiving gifts from generous men.
Yeah, yes.
Well, yes. Okay, well, so he's been blowing loads on you, but doesn't want to.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Next topic.
Do we want to talk about? Okay, well, since we're talking about gay sex between two biological men, should we talk about gay marriage being possibly overturned by the Supreme Court?
Yes, this is an interesting topic. Don't know if any gay men or lesbians, God bless you all, actually listen to this podcast. But for all of the trans women still listening for some reason to our cis woman podcast, there is the interesting question.
This is actually a mommy influencer podcast now.
Yeah, we're on momsnet.com or whatever the fuck that one is. But the question here is, what do you think that they're going to take away first?
Yeah.
Your identity, your legal sex change, or gay marriage? And how will it impact who you can marry? What is gay for you anymore? Herein lies the question.
I feel like they are bound to happen within short succession of one another. Wait, is that the right use of that word? Fuck, I sound like an idiot.
No, yes.
I should stop using big words. You ever use a big word and you're like, God, I hope I said that right.
Sometimes you just throw them out there to see what sticks and hope that no one corrects you.
Yes, thank you. And so I think they could happen like around the same time. Like I feel like it would be like one after the other. I feel like we're more likely at this point to lose gay marriage because that is what the Supreme Court. And by the way, nothing has changed as of yet. You know, it just means that they have agreed to take a look at the case. And
I'm going to be honest. I'm hopeful. I'm still hopeful that I don't know how much merit there is. Then again, it is a very conservative Supreme Court, so who knows?
Right.
But I'm hopeful.
Hopeful for what? Hopeful that it does get banned?
Yeah, because fuck the gays. They have had it good for too long.
Well, can I be honest for a minute?
Of course. Well, no, but yes.
I mean, I am actually hopeful and not like, I don't have any gay friends that are married, okay? Because I do think that married people are all the same, no matter if they're straight or gay or whatever, and I'm just not interested in hanging out with them. Okay?
Well, and all of the gays are just poly and in the dark room.
Exactly.
Or,
and those are the gays that I like.
They're open. They're not poly.
I don't like the gay marriage gay people. Okay, like I'm not like I support your right to do all that, and I'm not saying that it. What?
You know me. You're friends with me, and I'm like a charcuterie dinner party kind of bitch. Like,
yeah, I know. You have friends that are probably gay married.
Yeah,
you were gay married.
All of my friends are either straight married or gay married.
Wow. God, that's a charcuterie board making bitch right there.
Yeah, I am.
So I am hopeful. Okay. This is like such a weird way to say this. And I hope that everybody listening I'm going to go off on a little tangent for a second. And then remind me to come back to this gay marriage and why I'm hopeful it's being overturned. Okay. Remind me to come back to this.
You're hopeful it is being overturned?
Yes. Remind me to come back to that point.
Okay.
We're going to put a pin in it and we're going to come back to it.
You're going to get me canceled, bitch.
Well, listen, it's a nuanced take. I have a nuanced take, okay? I have a nuanced take. But first, I want to say thank you to our listeners. We love you so much. And thank you for supporting us because I logged into the Diva Down Instagram account yesterday for the first time in like weeks because I'll be honest, I suck at promoting the show. Carly tries to get me to do Instagram posts all the time, and I don't know how to fucking do an Instagram post that is like actually good and marketable. But like two of our listeners reached out to us to let us know that our Apple Podcast feed is messed up. I don't know if you know this, but currently our Apple Podcast feed directs us to A Life with Trans, and you cannot find Diva Down on Apple Podcasts, which is, I guess, what I get for,
being a problematic cunt.
Making the grandparents mad. That is what I get for making the grandparents mad. And talking shit on the pod. And so I was actually pleasantly surprised that there's people that are like looking for our podcast and are like, I love your show. I don't want to miss an episode. Some of them quite well respected in the community. Some of them quite intelligent and quite people that I've looked up to. I was like, people that I would consider too woke to be friends with me. You know what I mean? And I was very flattered by the fact that some of the wokest people I know on the internet are listening to this podcast.
Well, anyway, you know what it is. This is basically the Sydney Sweeney ad of tranny podcasts.
Oh my God.
This is the Rise of Conservatism podcast. And
is it?
I don't know if I'm allowed to be on it anymore because, I am woke.
Well, bitch, let's talk about how you went to Boiler Room the other night, okay? I'm kidding.
Listen.
I'm kidding.
Listen, the tickets were purchased. I did not know. I didn't buy the tickets, but
Jane is going to be releasing an apology.
Yes, I am sorry. That's the apology.
I'm kidding.
I'm sorry I went to the problematic concert and didn't stay the entire time and then went and got drinks instead.
And got fucked up the ass. Oops. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll stop bringing up your sex life. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I just have to live vicariously through you,
Well, hopefully not vicariously in me. Otherwise, I'm not staying in Atlanta very long, bitch.
No, Diva. Sister dick will make you sick.
Amen.
Period. But okay, so thank you to our listeners that let us know that the feed is messed up on Apple Podcasts. I will be fixing that today. So hopefully by the time you're listening to this, it is fixed. If it is not, then I'm going to kill myself. So let's go back to the point about why I'm hoping that gay marriage does get overturned. The reason I'm hoping that gay marriage does get overturned is because I think it'll actually make gay people care about something again. You know what I mean?
Oh, be accelerationist about it.
Yes, I am. That is the term. Yes, thank you. That is the term. I am being a little bit accelerationist in my take there because I do think that gay people have been complacent for a very long time, ever since gay marriage got overturned or got legalized in America. I feel like gay people have just been complacent. And I don't know if you know this, Jane, but I know this because I was a part of the community before gay marriage was legalized.
Oh my God.
But when gay marriage was the push for when we were making that push politically for gay marriage, the trans activists in the community were also like, we should be pushing for trans rights at the same time. We should be pushing for, access to medical care, bodily autonomy, stuff like that, right? Well, gay activists continually told trans people that wait your turn, you'll be next. Gay people first, and then we'll take care of you. Well,
that obviously didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. And now we've got the gay people out here that are LGBT without the T, and they think, they can still have their cake and eat it too. I would love to see those gay marriages in particular be overturned. Obviously, I'm not talking about the gay people that are obviously truly supportive of the trans community, but you know what I mean, right? So that's my take. I think it would ignite the LGB class of people in a way that they haven't been ignited in a long time, And so that is the only, and I know that's like an accelerationist take. It's not my honest take, but it's just like, it would be interesting to see what would happen,
Yeah. No, I mean, I totally get that. I think it's the same thing with, white liberals in general. Like, obviously, like, oh, this is horrible. Everything that Trump is doing is horrible. But for the most part, they haven't been affected by policies yet. So it's the same idea.
And a lot of horrible things were happening under Biden that nobody seemed to really, whatever. Anyway.
Because again, it doesn't affect.
Yeah.
I mean, the specific subset of middle to high income married white gay people, like you're just kind of insulated from that with a little bit more
privilege.
As someone who has fallen into that, like it's until recently, there's not been a lot of issues, which is great, but it's not a mobilizing thing, that's for sure.
It's not. And then there's like a small percentage of the community that has instead just like decided to turn against trans people as a result and think that is what's going to save them. I would just love for them to be able to eat their own words. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't want to fall into I want to get revenge on them, but at the same time, it is maybe sometimes even, I'm going to be hopeful that it doesn't get overturned, but maybe it can be a wake up call to say, hey, you're still, the fight did
On the
not
chopping
end.
block.
Yeah. You can't use this as a stepping stone. You can't step on our heads because you got your rights, honey.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yes. Well, yes.
I mean, not that I would know anything about this. I am a middle-class white cis woman now, so I really wouldn't understand. But I'm just speaking, as an advocate for a community that I can see, but maybe I'm not a part of.
Right.
Yeah.
It's important to do that, It's important to
put yourself in someone else's shoes. Walk a mile in my Louboutins.
Walk a mile in my Louboutins. They don't wear these shits where I'm from.
Thank you for that interlude.
You're so welcome.
Speaking of interludes, there are a lot of interludes on our upcoming artists concert album. That was a lot of words.
What a segue.
We are going to see Ethel Cain in Atlanta in about 2 weeks from now. And one of our favorite artists, she just released a new album, Willoughby Tucker.
Yeah. Came out last Friday.
Is it what is the full name? It's Willoughby Tucker.
Willoughby Tucker, I will always love you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll always love you. It's a very long album title. I will say that.
It is. And there's some very long songs on the album,
which I really enjoy. It's definitely a very vibes album. Sort of in the way that Perverts was, but with more, I think it definitely turns up the vibes more from Preacher's Daughter, but then it gives us more of those like poppy hits. And of course we didn't get any of those on Perverts. So we have,
right.
Can I be honest? I've actually not even finished listening to this album because it is so long. And every time I listen to it, I start from the beginning, and I have made it as far as to Dust Bowl.
Okay. I did make it through. Kind of.
So then you can help fill in the blanks there a little bit.
Yes. There are only 10 songs, but I think the runtime is like an hour and a half or something.
It's an hour and 13 minutes.
Okay.
It's 10 songs. And I mean, I will say like 10 songs is like, that's like pretty standard for back in the day, When you think of like an LP, a vinyl record, like it was 20 minutes on one side, 20 minutes on the other side. And usually you had that's about 40 minutes of audio on one album. I did pre-order this album on vinyl, and it is on the way. It should be here by the time you get her. But yeah, what do you think of this album in I guess in comparison to Preacher's Daughter and to Perverts? How are you enjoying it?
So I think it's an interesting one because, Preacher's Daughter was very pop-y. Not obviously pop like a Sabrina Carpenter pop, but definitely more in that like pop realm. And then you have a drone album, like a full-on drone album that has nothing to do with pop whatsoever in Perverts. And I think this is something somewhere in the middle of both of those, which I like and I don't like. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'm maybe the intended audience of a drone album. Personally, I don't know if I get it in that same way.
Yeah, I think the intended audience for a drone album is somebody who does a lot of drugs,
Yeah.
Like you're on ketamine, you're on weed, I don't know. You're not on coke. You're not on any uppers. You're on downers. Yeah. It's definitely I could see myself, well, I'll tell you when I listen to Perverts, it's when I'm high on oxycodone in the electrology chair getting my fucking scrotum zapped. Okay. So that's
incredible.
That's when I'm listening to Perverts. Because it does actually help relax me a little bit. But yeah, I think that is a very good assessment. It is a great kind of mix of the two. And I really enjoy it. Now, obviously, having not made it to the end, a lot of people really like Waco, Texas. So I think what would be best for us to do here is to talk about the two opening songs. I don't think we need to talk about Fuck Me Eyes and Nettles very much because we've already discussed those on the pod.
And those are, I mean, unsurprisingly, as more of a pop girly, those are my two favorites from the album.
Mine too, actually. Nettles is still my favorite song that I've heard so far at this point. I really enjoy the opening track, which is called Janie.
I'm going to be honest. I thought Janie sounded very much like an altar call at a non-denominational church. Like it's
really
like all you who are feeling the Lord speak to you at this moment.
Oh,
please
and like
come down.
It's like, yes.
We have prayer leaders around the front who will be able to talk to you and assist you with what you're going through.
I'm literally there right now, bitch.
This is what it gave me.
No, actually, now that you say that, I can't unhear it. You can hear the music, right?
I can hear it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the guy in the Christian rock band is just like slowly strumming while everybody comes down to the altar prayer circle. Yeah, if you've been to one of those non-denominational churches where they have music, you have experienced this, bitch. Yeah, that is actually... God, I'm so glad we're talking about this because only you would think of that.
I mean, because you know this bitch, you know Ethel was there for those events. I almost wonder if there was any of that inspiration there because it's like a 1-to-1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know what? That's actually a good way of looking at it because like that's a really great way to open the album, I feel like, you know?
An altar call? Yeah.
Yeah. With that kind of like prayer circle and then like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a closer too. Maybe it's more of a closer.
I mean, to be fair, you'd always have like, in my experience of the church, you'd put that one at the end after we tugged on your heartstrings a little bit. We've created a bit of an ambiance. We make you feel really guilty about being a sinner and the fact that you're going to hell and you like dick. And then it's like, all right, come to the altar now. It's time for you to repent, get that dick out of your ass, and, you know, come
1,
to
2,
the
3,
Lord.
get up off them dicks. Okay, yeah, that's actually a really good point. So I could see Janie being an ender for that reason because altar call is at the end. Okay, that just brought back a very specific memory that, and this is totally unrelated to the album. Sorry, everybody. But did you ever witness the demonstration with the sugar and the Coke? And like the pastor is like, this is your heart with sand, and then like pours like I forget what into it, and then it like makes the water clear. He like does a magic trick basically. Have you ever?
Yeah.
Did you? Yes, you know.
This is
you
your
know.
Heart with, this is your heart with Jesus, and it goes clear.
You know.
Girl, I had so many of those things, you know, and like there's one thing that has stuck. There's like a statement that has stuck with me after all these years because I'm like slightly on the alt side. And I had a pastor stand up there one time and say something like, you know, after goth people are saved and brought to God, they wear black when they're goth. But once they reach the Lord, do you know what color they wear?
White.
They wear white. And I was like, that is like, looking back, I'm like, that is a white supremacy dog whistle if ever I've heard one.
Yeah, it's actually really funny because like also like a lot of goths are really into Christianity, like unironically into like a little bit ironically, but also unironically into Christianity.
Yeah,
like, I feel
they
like
do the more cunty versions, the much more cunty denominations. We're not talking
like
Baptist.
Catholicism. Yeah,
we're not doing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, goths are definitely going to a Catholic church, not to one of those freaky non-denominational churches that looks like it's like a like community center in like a small town somewhere, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, I fuck with the aesthetic. I'm gonna say
Same. And that is what I hate so much about those mega churches is that they have no soul. Like It's just like some
It's
ugly fucking building. But when I'm traveling around the world in other cities, one of my favorite things to do is to go and visit the cathedrals. I don't care. I'm not there to worship God, bitch. I'm there to just look at how fucking beautiful that shit is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I really like Janie. I really like the lyrics. I really like the please don't stay.
Easy to blame. I adore. I know she's your girl.
Oh, I love it. But yeah,
Her voice
it
is
actually
fantastic.
Her voice is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for you to experience. This is your first time seeing her live?
It is, yeah.
I can't wait for it. This will be my third time seeing her live. I can't wait.
Damn. Did you go through the Preacher's Daughter tour?
Yes, I went to the first Preacher's Daughter tour, and then I went to the one that she did with Caroline Polachek.
Oh, incredible. I love Caroline.
You want to know something funny?
Of course.
I did not stay for Caroline Polachek.
Damn.
I'm such a bitch.
Stab me in the fucking heart.
Well, okay, I didn't actually get into her until like this year. Like when I went to see Ethel Cain in Nashville at the Ryman Auditorium, she was opening for Caroline Polachek. I had no fucking clue who that was, bitch. Okay. I was like, I'm just here to see Ethel Cain and then I'm out. But now that I've gotten into Caroline Polachek, that is one of my biggest fucking regrets is not just staying for that show. But you know why I had to leave is because she ended with Preacher's Daughter and I got so emotional, or not Preacher. She ended with Sun Bleached Flies and I got so emotional and I like bawled my fucking eyes out that I was just like, I gotta go home. You know?
Oh my God.
So I bought my t-shirts and I went home. But yeah, I love Janie. What would you rate Janie on a 1 out of 5?
1 out of 5. I'd probably put it like 3.5 area for me.
Fair. I give it a 4. I give it a 4. Because it really opened, 3.5 is good. I'm somewhere between 3.5 and 4.
So I would put 2.5 as like average middle of the road. So the 3.5 is I like this.
It's a little more than average. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a great rubric. Okay. Love it. Willoughby's theme, track 2. Let's little sample. Not a lot going on here. It's literally just instrumental. It's beautiful though.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought this one was pretty uninteresting.
It is pretty uninteresting. It's just it's pretty though. You know what I mean?
It is, but so the droning I thought was better on Perverts because there was more like I thought it was more auditory interest in it in Perverts. Like there were interesting noises, interesting sounds. And again, I probably just don't get this stuff and I don't think I do get any of it, but like Perverts was more interesting to me. This one just sounded like, I was playing around on the keyboard and then.
Yeah. With Perverts, she did a lot of really interesting, like, I guess you could call it field work. She went and like recorded sounds of like waterfalls. She went and recorded sounds of like just different weird little sounds that she used to sample in the music. Like there's a fan sound, there's like a clipper sound, like all of that. Yeah, I agree. This one is a lot of droning, but not really necessarily interesting to listen to. It does feel kind of cinematic though, I will say. Like I could picture this being the soundtrack to a movie.
That's fair. Yeah, I would agree with that.
It like builds. And it just, it's basically one of those songs that just is a swell. It starts out really, really quietly, simply, and then it swells, and then it, dies back down. It's really nice. I think it's pretty. But I don't think it's like, a must listen for me. So I would give it a 2 out of 5. What do you think, Jane?
I'd probably put it in the same place. Yeah, I don't think I'd listen to it again, but it wasn't like a bad listen at all. It just was
yeah. And if I'm in the car and I had this like CD in my CD player, I would skip this song so that I could get to the songs I want to hear,
Yep, exactly. Same. To get to the next one, which is my second favorite on the album.
Fuck Me Eyes. Yes, squad. So yeah, we talked about Fuck Me Eyes when it came out. This is a really good, like, it's certainly, it's like most certainly, when I first heard it, I immediately understood that this was a reference to Betty Davis Eyes. You know, like, you know, that song by what's her fucking name? Not JoJo Siwa. I forget. Do you know what song I'm talking about?
No.
You do not know Betty Davis Eyes, bitch?
Hang on. Well, doesn't sound like you know it either.
Well,
Oh yeah, it is the JoJo Siwa. I didn't know that was the name of it, but yes, I know the JoJo Siwa cover of the Kim Carnes song.
Betty Davis Eyes. Yeah, it's definitely a reference to Betty Davis Eyes. And we know this because she also, leading up to, during the production of this album, she was playing Betty Davis Eyes live on stage. So it was definitely an inspiration. And this is like her. Oops, sorry, what were you going to say?
I just said, ooh. Ooh, ah.
Yeah. This is like her modern Betty Davis Eyes, I feel like.
She's just along for the ride. She's scared of nothing but the passenger side of some old man struck in a dark night.
Yeah,
I feel like I related to the lyrics a lot. For like my hoe face period, where it's like the, you know,
in a dark parking lot.
I think there's like that element of you're strong and independent and like you've got it all under control, but at the same time you feel a little empty or devalued from it, which I thought was like, I really related to this one and I liked it a lot.
Yeah, lyrically, this is like these are like some of her best lyrics. It's definitely in the style of like country music in the sense that it's telling you a story, you know? And so it has the spirit of that kind of country music lyrically while having like this nice, it's a nice pop song. I really enjoy that. I can't wait to hear that live. For me, Fuck Me Eyes is like a 4.5 out of 5. What would you say?
Yeah, I think that I'll put it at, I put it at a 4, I think, just because I don't want to I don't want to say the exact same thing as you.
It's okay, Jane. We can agree on things, you know?
Okay, then I'll put it at 4.5. I just agreed with you on Willoughby's theme, and now I don't want to just be that bitch who's like, oh yeah, same.
Well, I'll be sure to ask you what your rating is first next time so that you can, and then I can be the one that has to, you know, come up with the answer. Okay. So Nettles, we love Nettles. This is definitely my favorite track on the album.
Same.
We've talked about it in length. Lyrically, this song hits me really hard. Musically, this song takes me to summers in the Deep South. And yeah, it just reminds me of being a young trans girl in the Deep South with no car and nowhere to go and just being hot as hell outside, you know?
Yeah, I think same for me. Like, you know, again, growing up in the South with, you know, that Appalachian influenced family. Like this
well,
kind
you are a Florida girl.
I am, but I mean, more than that, like my family's from Appalachia. We're only in Florida because of the military and all that fun stuff.
Right.
So I think that both lyrically, but also even more so instrumentally, musically, like this one just took me back to a lot of the shit that I'd listened to with my grandmother, with my mom. And
because of that instrument that it uses. What is that instrument? I always forget the name of this instrument.
The mandolin?
You know.
No, I don't remember what was in this one, but
it's the country music strings. It's the what the fuck is this thing called? It's the country harp. No, that's not it. That's not it. It's the God damn it, I hate when I have to figure this shit out.
Reader, we will get back to you on this one, but this is my absolute favorite.
It's the instrument that's like the
the slide
is
guitar?
It a steel guitar? A slide guitar. Yeah. Yeah.
But no,
there is some banjo and some fiddle in here though too.
Well, if you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah. Wait, what is that from?
It's from the band Alabama.
Oh,
I think it's If You're Gonna Play in Texas, maybe. I don't know.
okay. Okay. But yeah, this song definitely has the most, I think out of all of the songs that she's made, this one is the most country music influenced, in my opinion. And for me,
Yes.
it's a 5 out of 5. It's an absolute 5 out of 5.
Girl, you said that I could go first, but I also I was gonna give it a 5 out of 5 as well. I agree.
It was Jane's idea first, okay?
Yeah, it was. I was thinking it. Don't worry. I had it written down on my palm. See, that was it. But no, this is where the album took in a turn for me of being like,
It took in a turn.
yeah, I think that it was a little bit less interesting to me after this. But I think, again, because I am not the intended audience, perhaps, for all of it. And secondarily, I think I need to read her lyrics because I couldn't understand what she was saying in songs like Dust Bowl. And I think that made me lose a lot of the musical context of it.
Yeah. I agree. This is like, the album definitely shifts in tone from here. We get another interlude after this. We get Willoughby's interlude. It's another ambient track, instrumental only.
Out of all the instrumental ones in this one, though, I did like Willoughby's interlude the most.
I do like it.
I thought it was way more interesting.
It's another one where we've got a lot of different sounds going on. We've got some samples of some like voices like we do in Family Tree. We've got that droning constant, and then we've got that good, very, very quiet guitar in the background. And then basically the guitar is building the whole song. It's another one of these songs that's like a swell.
And I'm a sucker for any song that throws in a voicemail. I don't know why, but like that voicemail sound, it's so nostalgic, I guess. I don't know.
It is. And when it's like the voicemail sound plus like all of the ambient, like it's like very, yes. No, I know exactly what you mean. So I like Willoughby's interlude. It's not obviously it's not a must hear. It's not a must play. But I give it a 2.5. Oh, fuck.
No, okay. So as for drone ones, I don't think that I'd put this, because I'm just not as interested in drone stuff. I'd probably put it at a 3 because I actually did enjoy it. And as for a drone track, I'd probably go back and listen to it again.
Yeah.
I don't think I would listen to Willoughby's theme again.
Yeah. I would listen to Willoughby's interlude like almost like meditatively, I feel like. It's like a good meditative song, I do enjoy Dust Bowl. There's a lyric in it that I find really fun. So we start out. She's still using that steel guitar.
Pretty boy, natural blood, stained blonde.
Do you want to pull up the lyrics?
Yeah, I have it up.
Oh, wait, I have them here too.
Yeah, this is the one where I had a hard time understanding what she was saying.
Yeah, there's actually only one part that I actually, when I listen to this song, there's one part that sticks out to me. But damn, the lyrics on this are actually kind of
they're
sad.
Intense, but also
they're intense.
See,
these
I
are
need
really
to go
good.
Re-listen to this with the lyrics up next to it.
Yeah, this is really these are really good lyrics. The part that I always
grew up hard, fell off harder, cooking our brains. Ugh.
That's the part that I always hear. I'm like, grew up hard, fell off harder, cooking our brains, smoking that shit your daddy smoked in Vietnam.
Oh, he'd be a writer if he didn't leave all his hell for you.
Ooh. Ooh, I just got chills, bitch. The shit that your daddy smoked in Vietnam. That's my favorite part of the song. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
I love that part.
I like that one too.
I love that part.
All right, I'm going to answer on this one.
Okay, yes. What is your rating on this one? Tell me.
I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Better than average. I would listen to it again. I liked it. And now that I'm reading the lyrics, I think I like it more than when I just listened to it for the first time.
Yes. Okay. And just to be different, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Incredible.
Because I think it's a little bit better than Jane thinks it is.
That's so fair. You remember the lyric and I didn't remember a lyric. So
yeah, that's the part that always sticks out to me. Now this is like literally I have not listened past this point. So I'm going to sample these.
That's a good stopping point for us then. And maybe we come back with our thoughts on it to our dear listeners. Yeah.
On Sunday service.
On Sunday service. So that means you better tune in and pay for the Patreon.
You do have
if you
your
want to
meeting.
hear our thoughts on the rest of the album.
Yes. You do have your 12:30 meeting, right?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So then we got to go. Thank you all for listening. And we will pick back up with the rest of this album on next week's episode. Thank you for being here with me today, Jane. And
of course, always a pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. Bye.
Bye, everybody.